But they don't reach these dizzying heights without the skilled labor of some daring men and women.
I've seen guys fall. I've seen guys get smashed. There was one guy that I know that fell off. He fell 75 feet. Died in a hospital. On this particular project, I'm what they call a connector. I'm one of the guys that go up in the air and actually put the steel frame together.
When we caught up with them, Keith and the rest of the crew were building the 46th floor of a new skyscraper on Madison Avenue, 850 feet off the ground.
For our particular job, harnesses is more of a danger than a safety factor. If anything was to happen, the choker to break, and if we're tied onto the beam, we would get pulled into the hole by the beam. Safety net is a plus, yeah, but a lot of times they're like 10 floors below. And I think if a person was to fall through there, it might not help.
You have to be a little bit of a daredevil, but have a lot of common sense. Strength is required because you do a lot of climbing. You're in precarious situations. The agility to move around, you know, lightning quick, because there are times that you have to move very quick. To be an iron worker, there's a lot of danger in the building itself. Going to work, you may not see the next day.
My great-grandfather, which is Angus Macomber, my grandfather, Percy Macomber, and my father, Ray Macomber. And I'm the 4th generation Macomber iron worker in the family. This was basically it. Since I was 14 years old, basically what I wanted to do, get married young, build a house, have kids, do iron work. Done it, and doing it. I'm perfectly happy and satisfied for what I'm doing. I don't think I'll give it up. Not for anything. I don't even think if I was to win a lottery, I don't think I'd be able to give it up. I would have to come back. Some people are cut out to do this kind of work, and some people ain't cut out to do this kind of work. The only way you find out is if you actually try it. When I first got on the job, I was shaking, scared. I didn't even want to get up and walk on the iron. I was really scared. It's something you're not born with. You have to continue to do it. You have to experience it. And the only way you can go about getting over the fear. You just have to watch everything that's going on. Constantly watch. If somebody gives a wrong signal, you can get crushed, you can get hurt, you can lose a finger. To be a decent iron worker, you would have to be scared at one point or another. In my case, scared that if I make a mistake, my partner trusts his life in my hands and I trust my life in his hands. And if I make a mistake, I could hurt him. Some days you get a bad feeling. Some days you get a good feeling. Some days you don't get no feelings at all. You get to a point where it's going to be dangerous. Get up. Then what I do is I just take like a big breath. I just said, don't be scared and just go do the job. I've been in a couple of situations, but I've been lucky enough not to get hurt so far. 30 more years to go, so hopefully.
Keith knows the danger personally. His brother used to work with him as an iron worker.
He got crushed between the base and the counterweights on a cherry picker. He messed up his back. He had to get a vertebrae changed in his back, and I think there's a problem with his neck now. He's definitely finished. I don't think he'll ever do it again. I mean, as far as fear goes for myself getting hurt and stuff, I don't know. I've learned not to really think about it and just cope with it.
Fear makes you bring in reality into the picture. You know, you can only be so brave. And if you go beyond that, that's what happens to you. You get in trouble.
Your fear has to keep you alert and on your feet, especially in a position when you're up where you know if you fall, you're gonna get hurt.
You don't want to think about falling. As soon as you do, you probably will.
Well, there's always a dark side, and I've been there, you know, where people have been killed on the job. And, you know, nobody ever wants to talk about it or see it, or you will cope with it. You have to go forward in this business. Once you get negative, you might as well leave this business.
You get used to it after doing it for so many years. It's like walking on the ground. The more chance you get hit by a car than you do falling off of this.
It's part of the job, you just do it. You don't think about what's below you. Think about what's below you, scare yourself out of it.
She doesn't know how high I go, my wife. She doesn't want to know. My kids do. I bring them down and I show them and stuff. But you get used to the heights, it's easy. You know, get a suntan for free in the summer, you freeze in the winter, but it has its perks. Making $32.20 an hour, you know, you're not going to make it down on the ground. After about maybe 15, 20 years, you accumulate about maybe 100 grand and you think about retiring. If you make it. He's right. But you got to smile about it, though.